You turned me into a believer, let me tell you.
Oh, good, good. It's been fun. I've been a believer for a while now, so it's been a fun journey to go through this year and follow his transition.
I can tell that, my biggest takeaway though, if the first movie, Never Say Never, was about Justin the performer, this one is about Justin the songwriter and the artist. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's about a boy taking control of his art and becoming the artist. And I thought, as an artist myself, of figuring out who you are to become a full artist, he has to figure out who he is to become a full artist. So I think we get to document him on that journey. I don't know if we even have the full answers in the end of the movie yet, but we see him on that journey.
Right, and not only did you serve as director of Believe, the concert documentary, but you also worked as the creative director of the concert itself. You pulled a double duty. Why was that? How was that?
Well, it started as just creatively directing the live show. I'd never directed even high school theater before, so it was a big challenge, and I love a challenge. So, and Justin called me and asked me to do it personally, so I took it. And then as we were doing it, we're like, well, we should probably shoot a movie of this, and we started to make a concert movie that wasn't going to be like Never Say Never or anything like that. And then as the year went on, the story became more and more interesting, and we were there for a lot of those situations, so we decided to take the story to another level.
Now, when Justin asked you to document the concert again, just like in Never Say Never, did you enter the arena having a singular theme, or was it all just freewheeling?
This time was a lot more freewheeling than last time. This one was, we don't even know if there's a story. If there's no story, we're not going to tell this. We're just going to do a concert film. So there's always a backup of like, let's just shoot and let's just see what happens. Except for the fact that he's a fascinating person. He's a fascinating person going through growth, which is an amazing moment to be there on the front row to witness, and especially that the fact that he's a worldwide icon to be there. So as we were getting this footage, our editors were just like eating this stuff up. Like, watch this footage. It's him in a car for 20 minutes with fans banging on the side, and you watch it and you feel for him. And I think the more we delved into his life, the more we were fascinated by it and realized the fans and people who don't know anything about him would be fascinated by it as well.
I like how the movie touched upon the tabloid issues surrounding Justin Bieber. There's a really telling scene, right, almost near the end, where you told him, "What if you are the train wreck?" Do you believe that?
Yes. I believe that history is against him. I believe that it's important for him to understand that it is a very difficult position that he's in right now, that he's in a bubble. And I don't know if he fully understood that he was in a bubble. And even when we're talking, he's like, no, I live in this house. It's great. Nobody gets to tell me what to do. I'm like, that's exactly where the bubble starts. And I think it was a nice revelation for him. I think you see the wheels turning, and it's things like that. You hope that he does know what's right and wrong. So you hope that when those situations happen and he has to make choices, that he's in the right mind frame, and that he understands that history is going to tempt him away. It's going to constantly try to corrupt him, and that he's got to be strong in there, and that we're all rooting for him, not rooting for him to fail.
Yeah, I also like that the film touched upon Justin Bieber, the humanity side of him. Helping a sick fan.
Yeah.
And just recently, he went to the Philippines, my country, to help those devastated by the typhoon. Is that really genuine, or is that just for a show?
That is completely genuine. If there's one thing about Justin that there's two things I know about Justin. One, that he's a full musician. He plays music all the time, every place. And the second one is he loves kids and he loves helping. I think he broke every record for Make-A-Wish Foundation for Making Wish Comes True of all time. I think that he will always think about, whenever he comes up with an idea, he's always thinking about the philanthropic side of that as well. That's what impresses me most. When he sees a kid, he can be paparazzi around, he can be standoffish. As soon as there's a kid there, his focus, and you see it in his eyes, his focus goes right there, and he's connected with the kid. To me, that says so much about him, and that's why I respect him so much, that his focus is there's a very core focus of his life.
Oh, I cannot agree with you more, Mr. Jon. Congratulations again. Thank you for shining a light on Justin Bieber that we rarely see. So you have a Merry Christmas, okay?
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye.
See you, Manny.